Hello, welcome to the story of me, a North Korean American journey. My name is Justin. In this video, I want to share some of the story that my final escape from North Korea to China and what happened during that period of time, and a little bit about I was being slave to Chinese Korean gangsters. When I got back to home from Sungjin prison, the policeman he put me in village the security checkpoint gate. He put me there around about 40 minutes, and I guess he was trying to figure it out where he need me, he wants to put me in, because it's not his decision to do. He has to check with his uh, manager. Meanwhile, the one of the security check guy, he was from other cities. He was assigned as a security guy, and when he heard that I was escaped from North Korea to China, and he was making fun of me, and he thinks he's something special, so he was like to punch me in the face. I was really pissed off because if I really wanted to beat him up, I could. The thing is that my status was a criminal status, and then if I beat him up, then my family will get in really, really big trouble. So I could have been more severely punished because of that. So I just taking the punches. It was really making me upset. And a few minutes later, my mom came to me, and it was such a relief and happy moment for me. But I haven't seen her for a few months. She was still limping. She limped because she had fake penicillin. In North Korea, we had a lot of penicillin came from China, and when we buy the penicillin, we checking the seals like nearby the name, so make sure the aluminum seal is completely sealed. If not, it has a wrinkle. That means it has been opened, and it is not good to use. Most of the penicillin bottles has a little bit of wrinkle, but some of them are really severe. And when we bought penicillin, we didn't check all of them. I think that's one of them was defective ones. Inside has a baking soda instead of penicillin. And my mom's right thigh had rot, like 10-inch long and 3 to 4 inch wide. She was in great pain. And when she visited me at the security gate, when I saw her limping, I can still feel her pain. She would apologize to me for not bringing any food to me. I mean, I supposed to apologize to her, giving her burden made her worried. I guess that's the nature of father's love, parents' love, I guess. After that, the police took me to police station. They recently they newly built that police station. It was the police cage was pretty nicer than any other place I so far I had been. New floor, new wall. It was nice though compared to other place. I stayed in a police cage for a couple of days. One day I was asking him, can I go home and bring some clothes? And he said, hey boy, do you think you're on vacation? You are a criminal. You cannot go home as you please. You cannot come back home whenever you come back here whenever you want. Just why don't you just shut up and go into your cell? That's what he said. When I was in Tunjin City with him, he was very nice to me. But I also understand it is his duty to cruel to someone like me, because in North Korea, government require those people to cruel to treat someone like me as a criminal and like in animals. Should not treat it as like a human beings. But he had no choice. So I understand how why he had to do this. So I just went back to cell and stayed there. And until they released me, they said I can stay at home, but working at the police station for 6 months for punishment. It's better than going to jail. So, at that time, me, my father, and a couple other people were there. Two people were both brothers. They were being caught by stealing tape player. One brother he was mentally slow. One was okay. And police assistant guys, one of them was I don't know, he's a mentally retarded or something. He was constantly picking on other people. And whenever the police assistant guy picking on one of the brothers, the other one was like laughing, and other brother was mad at him for laughing instead of being sad or not showing any emotion. That's how North Korea does. Policemen and the assistant guys, they making fun of other people. One guy, he was called me nasty names, and he called my father nasty names too a couple times. And the reason he did that because one day he picked on my brother and he got beat up my brother, and so that's why he getting all the frustration on me and my father. So when I was there, me and my friends were there, and he asked us, "Hey boys, go and bring some water, drinking water." So me and my brother went down to stream. So I was really like, I want to pay him back. So I told my friend, "Hey, let's spit on and let's pee on this his drink." And he said, my friend was a little bit afraid, and he said, "I don't know if we can do it." And I said, "I will do it." So I spit and pee on his drink, and I gave it to him. When we came back, he sipped a little bit, and he said, "Did you guys pee this water?" I said, "No. It must be like the water itself is a bit salty." And he said, "I'm sure you guys did something. Water is a little bit salty. Doesn't taste good. But who cares? If he did a little more stupid things, I was like, if you do it one more time, I will throw an axe at you." Because at that time I had like axe in my hand. I'm like, go for it. If you don't want to leave, then do whatever you want. So that was my attitude towards him. And he saw that my attitude was changing, so he didn't do anything, luckily. And when it was around end of July, I would say July 15, started July 15, my home was completely out of food. Nothing. Not even the rats was around. There's no food there. So all the rats was immigrated to other houses. When I went back home, opened the door, was nothing besides dust, shadow of us, and then a couple of human beings were there, just us. So early August, I went out to government potato farm and I stole some potatoes. I did it like a couple of weeks, and on third week, I think my neighbor, she was my schoolmate, actually classmate, and she saw me doing that, and she reported to uh, communist party leader. Communist party leader, they hate us the most because whenever he said to others do something, others were like very obedient. Yes sir, yes sir. But my family, we were always like standing against him, like nope. If you want to do it to yourself, that's us. He hated us the most. And then he gathered all the villagers and said, this boy was caught on stealing potatoes. It's in the rally against our community and also great leader. That's what he said. Before that thing happening, my mom told me, said, my son, no matter what happened to you, never cry, never look down. Look up and smile. That's what my mom said. And I'm glad she told me that. And I think my mom and we had a similar, same thoughts. I was not feel guilty because my mom lived on that farm for her life. And all I was doing was just getting their share. Government doesn't provide us food as we needed. So I did solving the solution myself. But communism, dictatorship doesn't work like that. They want us to die rather than solving the problems ourselves. That's what the communism do to people. So when the villagers got together, I looked them up, smiled at them, kind of like a sending message to them was like, I'm not a criminal. I'm proud of myself. So do you. You're not a criminal. If you ever caught just like me, do as what I had have done. You're not a criminal. You're right to do anything. That was my message. Of course, I cannot say it verbally. And all the villagers, they were looked at me with surprise, and they also kind of gave me a eye contact, saying like encouraging me, like those kind of eye contact. And the village that communist leader, party leader guy, he was trying to send me to prison. Previously, my mom sentenced to. So my mom told my father, forced my father to leave the country right away, right next day. because I only had like 3 days left to go to jail, taken to jail. And my mom told me to leave the country. It was really, to me, it was heartbreaking because no other moms want the child to leave her, but that's all options she had because she knew if I sentenced to jail, then she will not able to provide me extra food, and I will certainly be dead. So that day, my father went to visit his friend and asking solution because his friend also planning to leave the country with his daughter. His daughter also same as my age. Few years before my father's friend, he was caught by police uh, escaping North Korea to China, and he was shot on the leg. The police shot at him when he was trying to run. So he was limping. He couldn't even like walk properly. And I don't know where he heard, but he said the route we are about to take is there is no border patrols. They only scanning once a month because of wild animals like a tiger, bear, wolves. So we decided to take that route because it's way better than eaten by wild animal than taken by border patrol and then die in jail with pain. Also, wild animals they don't really attack human beings unless they felt threatened. So next day, the day before I was taken to prison, we pretend to go to work, and my father and I escaped. Instead of going to police station, we went to mountain where my father and his friend planned to meet location. So we meet up at the mountain, and then we started to walk towards the border. We walked about a couple hours, and when we got to the border, we started crossing. Actual distance for crossing was like it's really short, or maybe 30 minutes to cross, but it took us whole day. Actually, like a couple of days, because few times instead of we walk towards north, we walk towards south. So we and then a couple of times we walk towards the border patrol base. We were so terrified, but somehow God protected us. Whenever we hear some crunchy noise, even the squirrels, we lie down for hours and hours until we confirmed it's a squirrel or some animals, and then we move again. Of course, like at the mountains, like those things are very common. You hear quite often, so that's why it took us days, couple days. When we crossed the border, finally, I took off my North Korean student uniform because that's all clothes I had. And we during the daytime we walked in the mountain nearby a highway, right next to highway, and at night we walk on highways. And whenever we see the cars coming, we jumping into a ditch and hide ourselves. Twice we were face to face with a wild boar for like maybe 5 meters away or closer. And we were so close. I thought they were attacking us, but they didn't attack us. That is also, to me, was God was protecting us. I think we walked about 7 full days, and then on near 10 days, one of the Korean Chinese guy, he found us and he said he has some work for us. He offered us a job, and so we accepted it. So because we needed job to secure our finance, and he told us that he only needs 2 people, my father's friend and his daughter only, and he transported us to his friend's house in other cities. When we moved to other place, it was Korean Chinese gangs. My father was at the mountain. He was doing climbing the tree, picking pine nuts, farming, hunting, everything. I was at the city cooking, cleaning, chopping wood, and whenever they bring like a prostitute, I setting up the bed, cleaning up the bed, those things. It was the most stressful 6 months for me. When I get there, when I get there, was another North Korean guy. He only had one eye. He had one eye and then 3 fingers on right side. He told me that he lost his eyes and fingers at mining, coal mining, minefield in North Korea. That's what he said. But I think he told me the truth. Anyway, at the city where I was, one of the gang boss driver, he gave me really hard time, and the other North Korean guy. So one time I really tried to leave the place, trying to find my relatives in other cities in China. I went to Jilin City where relatives are, and I didn't know any Chinese, so I emotionally telling taxi driver I'm looking my relatives, gave them their phone number. I thought it was a taxi driver taking me to my relative's house, but he took me directly to police station, and police will give him 300 yen, Chinese yen, money for rewards, turning North Koreans in. I was really shocked, was so upset. If I see that taxi driver now, I still want to ask him, are you a real human being or are you just that motherfucker, who's just thirsty for the money and treating human beings as just a piece of shit? That's what I still want to ask. They know if we send back North Korea, we die. And they don't care about that. And Chinese government, that government is also fucked up government. If you don't know that, it is. Chinese government, they pay people whoever reporting North Koreans in China. And yet, they don't punish those who buy and sell North Korean women as a product. They don't punish them. That's how much the Chinese government is really fucked up. That's why I'm not using nice words to them. I cannot, I will never ever will unless they turn the evil to good. If they apologize, I accept, and then I will apologize my bad mouth too. But I don't think they will come. Hopefully I'm wrong, that's my hope. And 6 months later, My father and I, we escaped Chinese Korean gangs place because my father got beat up for asking his salary. They said to him he is not allowed to ask any questions rather than do what they tell him to do. Few times they told me when I was in city, they said they can kill us and then bury us under the ground where the vineyard. No one will know. That's what they said. So we were questioning like, how many people actually did you guys kill and bury in your yard? That was our question. I mean, we were thinking about digging. Is it really like actual dead bodies in there or not? I mean, those people, they are capable of killing people without any second thoughts. They can do that. So next video, I want to talk a little bit about when I was in China. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching my videos. Please share with your friends, family, colleagues about North Korean situation, especially in China and people in North Korea. Thank you.